start today with a little bit of San Diego because this is really not surprising at all. But I'm going to make a quick comment
They
here.
moved to LA already?
They haven't moved to LA yet.
Okay.
But Alex was wearing his jersey yesterday, his shirt.
Patches still available. Patches still available.
Okay. You can replace your SD on your SDSU gear with the LA. You can replace it. Okay. Look, said it yesterday. If you're JD Wicker, the athletic director at San Diego State, don't go playing the role of Mark Fabiani. Please don't try and sell people on, we've got lots of alumni in LA, and if we have to go play up there, we got plenty of people that are going to want to come see us play. That's not accurate. You may have a lot of alumni up there. The likelihood of them coming to see you play is probably pretty slim. Probably because many of them would resent you for doing it, would be first and foremost. You can't play that card. Mark Fabiani tried to play that card. We got 25% of our audience comes from LA. We're going to be fine in LA. They're going to love us in LA. And guess what? Nobody even knows they're alive in LA. San Diego State would not be trying to get onto the LA radar. They just need a place to play. But the threats come off as very Fabiani-esque. And now, as the story goes today, and Alex, maybe you fill in the details here, but the story goes that the city of San Diego is now about to spend more money on their law firm in an effort to extend and probably get a better deal. So this whole stadium thing with San Diego State, it is in complete reverse right now.
Did you get a lot of tweets yesterday saying, like, how can you blame JD Wicker or San Diego State? Like, how many times does the city government have to screw up for you officially to start trashing the city government? And I was like, have you guys not paid attention? We've been slamming this piece of shit city government for so many years. It's just like, it's a different thing when you are threatening the same exact thing that the Chargers threatened and ended up doing, that now you're doing it with a university with the name San Diego State on it, that you cannot physically pick up the university and move it over there. That being said, the city government putting in an extra $150,000 to get a deal done. What did we vote for? Am I mistaken here? Did we not already have the land valued at X amount of money by like 5 different things, and we're still negotiating? Did we not vote exactly on, this is the plan we all voted for, which, by the way, only 54%, so 46% of people did not want to do it. Just saying, what did we vote for? I thought the land value was already listed. I thought we already had an idea. What are we negotiating about? Like, am I missing something?
This is why the land should have been given to Soccer City, because this conversation would have already been over. The building probably would have already been under construction, and something would have been being done with that space, man. You can't leave politicians to their own vices because things go sideways like this is going sideways now. Because in politics, someone has to win. Well, that's the way that it goes.
You know what, though, dude? Like, I'll give you an example. There's going to be a mayoral race in this town in November. And one of the people who's going to be running for mayor is Barbara Bree. She's a city council person. She's saying, hell no, man, we're not giving this land away. This is an insanely valuable piece of land, and I'm going to hang my hat on. I'm not giving away jack squat, even to San Diego State. And that's what I'm going to hang my hat on come November. And so let's spend money now to extend this negotiation so that I can use it later. And I'm not trying to blame Barbara. I don't know her motives, and I'm just picking on her because she was quoted in some of the stuff that I had read today. Yes, there's politics at work here. Yes, there is an entitled attitude from San Diego State. Like, everybody loves us and everybody wants us to build a football stadium for our top 25 program and give us this land because we're San Diego State. And look, I want to just say one thing. Remember, when the people voted in favor of San Diego State West, many people were hoodwinked into believing that was San Diego State's initiative. It wasn't. It was a very wealthy person who was trying to construct all of the new buildings that were going to be done there. And by the same token, there were a lot of Mission Valley developer types, rich guys, who were just trying to defeat Soccer City under the assumption that they were going to not ever get this San Diego State thing done eventually anyway. So they would, if they beat Soccer City, they'll just kick the can down the road. There's so much dirtiness to all of this story. It actually makes me want to vomit. And it actually makes me not even really want to talk about it because it makes me feel that slimy because all parties involved
And
to
wasn't
me.
that the whole point of the election, was to get rid of the politics of it all and let the people decide?
Well, here's what the
Yep.
people decided, though. The people decided that the city can negotiate with San Diego State to come up with a deal so that San Diego State can purchase the property. That's what the people voted for. The people voted to say, no, don't give it to a private developer. Don't give it to Soccer City. Have the city and the university negotiate. And now the city is saying, yeah, we're here to negotiate. And the university is here to say, but the people said it's our land. And therein lies the fight.
Yeah.
And so, look, not only do you have an ongoing fight, and by the way, just trust me, please trust me on this. And you all know what I'm about to say. This never gets done.
Been saying it.
Never.
Yep.
Wait, we have
Yeah.
that soundbite that I obviously can't play, but Jack McGrory is saying this is going to be done by 2022. JD Wicker saying it's going to be done by 2022.
Listen, you know how many people I know that were San Diego State fans, alumni, who are smart people, who, and I would say to them, how are you voting? Are you voting on the Soccer City thing? Or are you voting on San Diego State West? And they go, San Diego State West. And I go, just curious why. And they go, because it's San Diego State. I'm all for San Diego State. And I go, but you don't even know what's going on. They're like, no, it's just, I'm for San Diego
When
State.
it comes to politics, people oftentimes don't vote in their own best interest. This piece of land will become a pawn in the next election because it was left unsettled, and now it is going to be in purgatory until someone cuts a check to fix the situation.
I voted yes on both just because I figured something could get done. But at this point now, I am even more on San Diego State side. Like, just get it done. I don't give a shit what you got to do, but you're embarrassing yourself at this point. And I know the city government has been embarrassed, so I don't think they may be immune to that by now.
There's little
But I
shame
think
in it. There's little shame in government, dude.
San Diego State is starting to embarrass themselves, and that comes from a big, passionate, diehard alum.
All right, let me keep going then, because it's just real quick to wrap this conversation up about San Diego State. And like I said, I'm going to keep it local to start. So now San Diego State and USD in basketball, series over. Series over. Now, you may remember, for those of you that have been with us for a while, we've talked to Brian Dutcher about this. We've talked to Steve Fisher about this. For San Diego State, there's no upside. That's been their complaint. If San Diego State loses to USD, it always comes back to haunt them. If San Diego State beats USD, it never comes back to help them. If you're San Diego State, you're in a very unwinnable situation. If you cancel the series, you're a jerk, which they have. If you lose to them, you're going to get bit in the butt later in the season. And if you beat them, you were supposed to beat them, so nobody's really impressed. I understand why San Diego State bailed on USD. However, I must tell you, in a city that is starved for sporting content that's hyper local, and a city that's lost the NFL team, has the college football team with the audacity to threaten to go somewhere like anybody cares. You barely can get anybody in town to care. The Major League Baseball team offered their stadium to help them, and they've pulled the offer off the table. Baseball hasn't started, and who knows what the Padres will be if and when it does. And I'll get to that later on because, as I told you earlier in the week, I'm usually wrong. Baseball's coming back. I've got some verification on that. I'll tell you about it. So, look, if you're San Diego State, you're taking away one piece of big sports content that San Diego loves. So now you lost the Chargers. Baseball season hasn't started, and the Padres haven't been good. And now San Diego State is canceling a local rivalry. I think, again, they can't win because they're expected to win. They lose big time should they lose the game. It serves San Diego State no good to keep the rivalry going other than for the fans of sports in the town. Do I really, really care about San Diego State USD? Not right now, I don't. But when the game is played and I go to the game and I make it every year and everybody's kind of there, it's a sporting event in this town. And it's being stopped by San Diego State because they don't have any value. There's really no value add for San Diego State.
It's another event taken off the table. We lost 8 weeks. We lost 8 Sundays of home games from the NFL, and now you're going to lose something that people, whether you thought it was important or not. By the way, every time USD beat San Diego State, that team wasn't good. The San Diego State team wasn't good that lost to USD. So that was kind of like an early indicator that you can back off this team because they're probably not any good. And for USD, it was an opportunity for them to showcase themselves on a higher platform across people who mostly cheer for San Diego State. So it's unfortunate. It seems like they chickened out on an opportunity to continue something that was fun for the city, and that's sad.
Alex, you're the big San Diego State honk here. You're the one who's in Sports Illustrated as Coach Fisher is cutting down the nets, and you're standing there looking at him like the basketball god that he is in your life that night. As a San Diego State alum, what do you think about San Diego State bailing on the series?
I think I've always thought the same thing is they should always beat USD on the court. And so it should never be a thought as to why not play them.
Exactly.
You schedule San Diego Christian because you know you're going to beat their ass every single year. You should have that same mentality when you play San Diego. Now, I know you played them at Petco Park, and that was a stupid thing looking back. But other than that, they've only beat you once. Like, what risk are you really taking here? It was besides the Petco game, they lost in 2018, and that was it. I think 2005 was the one before that. To me, it's you're taking away something that I think the players look forward to. I think that obviously the fans of both schools look forward to. Is it a big deal in the grand scheme of things? No. But I always think of it as this way. If you're going to be a Jordan top 5 school, act like you're a Jordan top 5 school and schedule whoever the hell you want because you have the confidence that you're going to go in there and beat them. That's always been my thing, and I still think that they should play USD and crush them every year and never look back and not count it as a bad loss because they hardly beat you anyways. 2 out of the last 15 years.
I like it. All right, I'm bringing a strong opinion today. I like it. All right.